Behind me, the Pałac Pod Blachą here in Warsaw. This is the home of Prince Józef Poniatowski. His home, the place where he had his famous parties, also the War Office. Who was Józef Poniatowski? He was in fact a major figure in Polish history. Patriot, general, Minister of War, sometime Marshal of France. Join me in this episode of Poland Daily History, where we learn more about this remarkable Polish figure. In preparation for the war, I think I'm right to say that the Polish contingent was about 100,000 soldiers, which was actually quite a lot.
Yes, that was the second largest minority in the Grand Army. I'm saying second biggest majority because, for example, the French were majority, but in the cavalry not. So that's why I'm saying the second minority. It was a huge contingent, and of course, I mean, it was a bunch of nations. I mean, Italians, Germans of all types. So from Württemberg, from Saxony, there was a Prussian contingent. I mean, these guys were forced to. The war with Russia was actually decided. I mean, historians disagree which is the turning point, but classically, you can find this opinion that the outbreak of war was inevitable when Napoleon annexed a small principality in Germany, Oldenburg, which was ruled by Tsar sister's father-in-law. Quite complicated, but it's so it was a matter of honor. But to me, it's not persuading. I mean, this is not a important political argument. I mean, it's an argument for people who think in psychological terms, really.
What do you think is the real reason?
For me, I mean, Napoleon's main obsession was England.
Yes.
After the Battle of Trafalgar, he became unable to invade Britain. I mean,
yeah, there's one, and his name escapes me. There's one British admiral said at the time, "I do not say the French will not come. I merely say they will not come by sea," which is a marvellous example of that sort of dry English humour, even by admirals in the time of the Napoleonic War.
There was a problem. There was a problem with the Napoleon really had problem with ships, and in fact, this problem remained unsolved until the end of the empire. I mean, the British were simply too good.
Particularly, I think it was. I mean, don't want to deviate too far, but I mean, I think the thing which was good in the Royal Navy was they were very good at gunnery. You know, they were very good at firing. Mm-hmm. and getting the way you had to fire a broadside, getting the waves, the time of the waves just right.
You perfection that. I mean,
yes.
It's, and also it's a typical historical opinion that at the beginning of the 19th century there are two masters in the world. Britannia rules overseas,
exactly,
and the French rule on the continent.
Until we, but that's a different program.
So the main reason is to be seeked elsewhere. So the main reason it made sound strange, but yet it is to be defended. This thesis is to be defended. That the main reason to attack Russia was England. Russia was the biggest country not respecting the continental blockade.
Ah, right.
And that was the only, and that was Napoleon's obsession. Napoleon, after having lost his fleet, the only way for him to conquer, to punish Great Britain, as he would put it, was to economically strangle her.
So, in a sense, because the Royal Navy was blockading the continent of Europe, he thought if he could
counter-blockade.
He would sort of do a slightly reverse.
No, that was quite intelligent. The British economy stands on its trade. So, in order to force Great Britain into something, was to punch in that weak point, in that crucial point.
Or what he perceived to be a weak point.
Yeah.
And say that's an interesting thesis, actually. And that probably makes much more sense than the idea it was a bit of pique about some small German principality which had escaped the notice of history.
It might have been a spark.
There might have been, well, often these things are not, there's never one single cause, and who knows what was going through the mind
that's
of
a very good point. I mean, monocasuality, as some say, I mean, it's very, it's simplifying things simply.